Don't you love it?
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool. So here we are today with Anne. And you're from Seattle.
I am.
And you're traveling around New Zealand. You're one of our few Americans. We got a lot of Germans. We don't get many Americans, but we get some Americans. And there's a reason for that. Student loans.
Ah, true.
Do you ever wonder that? Like you're traveling around New Zealand and you think, wow, there's a lot of young Germans here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have student loans.
Oh my god.
That's exactly
so
the reason
right.
why. So you're traveling the world and we're going to do a hair adventure. So what are we going to do with you?
A perm.
And you've been wanting for a perm for how long?
19 years.
Yeah, 19 years. And then you found me online and you're like, this guy looks like the one to do a perm with. The Canadian, the adventurous Canadians. So we haven't decided which one we're going to do, but we were online and we found some. And ooh, that's the one she's scared of the most because she's like, oh my god, that would freak me out. I'm like, oh yeah, add it to the pile. Yeah, that one's quite nice. That one I love. I love, but you're nervous of that one too.
Just a little.
Just a little, because it's the length of it. And then the baby, the Dirty Dancing the baby.
We all love her.
No, we love her. Like, you know, that's potentially, like, I think that was probably an amazing idea. And there's a nice, like, soft little fashionable perm, but I think we're going to go more retro 80s. So what we said we're going to do is, oh yeah, so here's our idea. You know, here's the pool. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. And then when you're ready, you say, stop!
Stop.
Oh, it ends up on that one.
Oh, okay.
But to be honest, I think do that one.
Okay.
Because there's no
I
other
like
similar
it.
enough, but I think we're just going to do the baby Dirty Dancing one.
Let's do it.
But then my favorite would be, I'd love to do that. Especially if I'm long.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do that. I also would love to do even just that.
Yeah.
But it's your call because it's your hair.
Oh, she's cute. I don't
She is
know. I
cute.
gotta let you use your artistic judgment.
Okay, so I'm on the fence. So I'm going to do a stop. You did a stop, and I'll do a stop, and let's see where it ends up. Oh, same thing, yeah. So we're going to end up there. We'll go with the, I think it's a sign. But I think what we'll do is we'll do the baby Dirty Dancing. So we're going to cut your hair off. Bangs. You want bangs or without bangs? Bangs.
Bangs.
Yeah, with the bangs. So we're going to do Dirty Dancing. So we're going to cut it and perm it.
Maybe a little bit of bangs. Maybe
Yeah, I
two.
think bangs. Full on bangs. Like this is like nobody puts baby in the corner.
All right.
Like we're going to take it from way back there. And we'll snap even further back. Take it way back. And then perm that. Because you ever see the movie 13 Going on 30?
I have indeed.
Yeah, and you see when she's got the short curly bangs? We love that.
We do.
We love that. So we cut all that into bangs and we'll perm that. We'll do it long. Like we'll cut it.
It's
right
always
there.
what my friends with curly hair told me they couldn't do, so I guess let's try it.
Yeah, and then we're going to cut it to... let's be bold. Let's cut it up to about there and perm it. Well,
Oh, that's gonna be real short.
you want it up there or you want to go longer?
I don't know.
You're freaking out a little.
I trust you.
Yeah.
in your
Or the
judgment.
other idea was like cut it to bridge of the nose and then there like that and then like
Does it make
short
sense
layers.
to cut it some, perm it, and then cut it more?
No, we're gonna cut it
Okay.
and then perm it and not cut it.
Okay.
We'll cut it and then perm it. So yeah. And it's dry.
Mhm.
But and for you, we're going to do the pink one because it goes with perms. We have different colored capes, but we're going to do pink.
I see it.
Pink and perms. Cool. Come on over, let's wash your hair. Come with me. Yeah, come this way. Here we are. When we do perms, we can't use conditioners. We have to do a deep cleansing shampoo to get all the impurities out, but that means when I comb it, it's got that really kind of like, because there's no conditioner, so it's not smooth. And then I have to cut it that way, so, but just perms. Anyhow, you got all that. It's gonna go anyway. It's dry stuff as well.
think I've got a lot of split ends anyway.
Yeah, so they're going to be on. Yep.
Oh yeah, you got the like, yeah, thick voluminous blonde hair, like fine wispy blonde or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like bleached it in high school. Yeah, I could also there. Yeah.
That's all that dryness from not being able to get conditioner in it. But we'll just start cutting it. Problem solved.
Been a while. Yeah.
So we'll do a longer fringe because it's going to shrink with the perm.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do heavy.
Yeah. All this stuff. It's all
Yeah, you are.
there. Like,
Fun.
they do fade out a lot of the time. You have like, oh, I need to like, need to go back to this, like, you can go a bit.
And where are you working again? I forget. Did you get a government job here?
I work at a geotechnical engineering firm.
Oh, yeah. Is that your background or just you got it through an agency?
No, that's what I was doing in the States.
Oh, cool.
And my company just has an office here.
Oh, cool.
So they're
Yeah.
lighter on work there, heavy on work here.
Yeah.
Turns out we
That's
get a
right.
lot of
Because
landslides.
this country, yeah, we get a lot of landslides, only that. But we're short. New Zealand is so short-staffed at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Now, U.S. wouldn't be as bad as New Zealand because the difference being is the United States is a country where people go to.
Oh yeah.
But New Zealand is 1 in 5 leave,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, like Canada, same thing. Canada, Australia, USA, people go there. Here, people come here for the adventure, but they don't always stay, and 1 in 5 Kiwis leave. Now, in this world that we're living with post-pandemic, Kiwis are leaving like crazy because they want to go see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now the jobs and everything is shortage everywhere. Yeah, cool. We'll go there. So we'll do it on the longer side, but yeah, all that can go. Fun. When was the last time you had bangs?
It was probably about 6 years ago.
Oh, cool. So you don't know.
No, maybe it was during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
I think I panicked, got bangs.
Did
Not
you?
panic, got bangs. I just I got bored, got bangs.
Got bored, got bangs. Did you do them or you went somewhere, you walked in somewhere?
I did that time have some money.
Yeah, they
Still
were
in for me.
yeah.
Had them off and on. And
Yeah. English say fringe, Americans say bangs, and Germans say pony. This is called a pony.
that's so backwards from what I consider a
Yeah,
ponytail.
since you think pony in the back of your head, but no, because with your pony you cut the mane. So, but all the mane, like bangs and fringe, both come from grooming your ponies. Because we were grooming our ponies before we had hair salons. You go back to medieval times, what were we grooming our horses or ponies? You know, and then when we got hair salons and started cutting our hair, we just transferred the names over. And the bad joke I usually make is Americans call them bangs, Americans guns, bands. It's not true. Bad joke.
Yeah, relevant to the times.
Yeah. Well, it's always been whatever amendment
Yeah.
that was called. I don't know. First, second, third. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know? No.
This is second.
It's the second amendment. Yeah.
Yeah, we know it too well.
Yeah. Of course you do. And the other thing I was saying to somebody recently, like, you go to U.S., you go to an American school, right? And they do have the Pledge of Allegiance, but how often do you do it? You probably don't pay attention half the time.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Yeah.
And there's always the flag up on the flagpole.
Mm-hmm.
Never fail. And the 4th of July is always big fireworks and everyone's right into it, right? And then when you live in New Zealand, I take my kids to school and how often they don't have a Pledge of Allegiance or anything like that, but how often do you think they sing the national anthem here? Never. How often they do have a flagpole at school, but how often do you think they stick the flag up there? Never. Not daily. Now I asked about it. I said, "Oh, you guys never put a flag up there?" And they say, "Oh, sometimes during special occasions." I'm like, "Well, when is that?" Now I've been to special occasions at school. No flag. Like, what is that? Never. And then more of the nationalism here is more Maori culture
Mhm.
than like your traditional nationalism.
Yeah.
And also, we do have a national day here, but you would never blow off a firework on the national day here
Yeah.
because it's too much intertwined with Maori culture.
I think that really seems like how it should be.
Yeah, so it's just a different type of nationalism. But I think USA is very much, that kind of nationalism, and then Australia is kind of like USA, and Canada's kind of like not as much, but somewhat like that. And then New Zealand's completely different.
Yeah.
So I find it all interesting.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I'm like, what? Really? Why? And you ask questions. But you're learning about your new country, right?
Yeah.
And then over time, you're like, oh, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So my daughter's 8 years old now. She's been in school for 4 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've never seen a flag up the flagpole.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
But imagine that. Like, imagine if a school in the United States stopped putting a flag up a flagpole.
Oh, there would be
Oh!
protests by parents.
Yeah.
It would be a national
Yeah.
scandal.
All over the news. It'd be like a lineup of news trucks out front of the school.
True. Oh, I forgot that I love bangs.
I like it. Yeah, now they're talking because their TV's over there.
Mhm.
You're like, heard what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, we never do that stuff. But I always say, you love your country, but there's different ways of loving your country. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
With the-
And yeah, we're gonna do a longer bob, not too short, because we're permanent. Little short. Yeah, you can see how much is coming off from down near that anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, and then you hear the song properly for the first time in TV, like, oh, wait, that's so much better. Yeah. Pretty little tune. It's very nice and vinyl. That's so smart.
Where did you go to university?
I actually went in California.
Yeah. That makes sense because a lot of that exists in California
Yeah.
with your job too.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to school in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Now, as a person who studies geology, isn't New Zealand fascinating because the erosion, because it's a younger country, it's a younger island, so it's rising out of the ocean and it takes time for the erosion to settle. And I always said that. Have you ever been to the Appalachian Mountains?
A long time ago.
But they're very distinctly
Yeah.
looking because that's the best example of the ancient mountains, so
Yeah.
the erosion is so distinct.
Yeah.
Now, have you flown over or been to the South Island yet?
Not yet.
No, but you know when
same.
you get there and you see those mountains, like that's the youngest mountain range on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so distinctly different. Now, Colorado's Rocky Mountains, or California, which is, still much older than here, but not as old as Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
Because that's real old mountains.
So they still feel all sharp in there.
They do. And the Appalachians are all pretty much smoothed out.
Yeah, we call those hills.
Yeah, the hills, yeah. And they would have been bigger at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the valleys fill in. Now, the valleys in New Zealand are very flat
Mhm.
because of the age of the mountain ranges. So everything kind of erodes, and then it's like a lot of liquefaction under.
Oh yeah.
So if there's earthquakes or things like that, there would be a there is a tremendous amount of liquefaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, in California, I don't think there's anywhere close to the amount of liquefaction as you would get here.
Well, they have.
They would,
Yeah.
but boy, do they ever get it here.
Oh yeah. No, it's true. There's
Way
so
more.
Much, so much research after the
Christchurch?
The Christchurch
Yeah.
earthquakes, and
Yeah.
my company was pretty involved in that.
Yeah.
But
And you're like, I'm sorry, this,
yeah, it's pretty.
that attitude. Like,
The order of magnitude is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Right. PT cast.
Definitely.
You'll have to get to Christchurch. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm planning to soon.
Yep.
So many places to visit.
Yep.
But I'm hoping to go to the South Island. Actually, I'll be there this weekend
Oh, cool. With a perm.
with a Perm.
Cool. Get to show off on your social medias.
Oh yeah.
Look, South Island in a perm.
Hopefully South Island on a farm.
Oh, cool. So I am going easy on you with legs. It's on the longer side, but it's gonna shrink with the cut with the perm anyway. But we're still cutting off a lot.
And then are you thinking layers too?
Yeah.
It's been ages since I've had proper layers.
Yeah.
They're not nearly as fun on straight hair.
No.
Do you want to go out much or just kind of a little bit more shape?
Take some out of here. Soften that corner a little bit.
Just bring that a little bit up. Yeah, just a bit more kind of line, straight across.
So how come you decided to stay in Wellington?
I was here years ago and I liked it, and then I went back to Canada, and then I came back here and stayed. But there was a girl who I gave her a haircut in Halifax, and she
Mhm.
loved the haircut so much. And then she said, "Oh, you should come to Wellington." I'm like, "Where's Wellington?" She's like, "Oh, Captain New Zealand." I'm like, "I thought Auckland was Captain New Zealand." And so I came here and I liked it. And what happened was, yeah, we became friends. We ended up because at the time I was living in a hostel.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Because I just moved back to Halifax and I wasn't ready to find work yet, and I knew the owner of the hostel, and I would do late night check-ins for beer. I think I was only paying $20 a night. It was next to nothing. You know, it's a pretty good price
Great
for
deal.
a hostel. It's a great deal. And then I would do late night check-ins, which was no big deal because I think, 45 minutes to an hour, not even that, because someone's coming in late from the airport. And then she'd be like, just take some beers from the fridge while you're, waiting. So a good deal for her, because I think back then a beer would have been just under $1 a beer. So if I have 2 or 3, that's like, you're paying me $2 or $3, the equivalent to $2 or $3 an hour. If I'm waiting for 40 minutes or so, and I have, let's say 3 beers, $3. Pretty good deal. And so what I would do, one of those, I used to do the pub crawl, we all get together and go to the pub with all the people around the world. And then also one night, it's like midnight makeovers. So in the kitchen, and someone sits down, I'll give a haircut.
Oh, that's so fun.
And the rule was midnight makeovers, no trims. It has to be like
a full makeover.
full on. And so the chair became available. You sat down, and you got a haircut. And it wasn't going to be a trim; it was going to be a haircut.
Yeah.
And you can just pay me with beers.
That sounds like an
Yeah,
excellent
it was
deal.
fun. It was
That
fun.
sounds so fun.
So what happened was I think that night there was 2 Australian girls that were traveling together, and there was a couple of other people. There was a girl from Alberta, and so I was doing one of the Australian girls' hair. Cool short haircut. She was a really cool girl anyway. And then there was the Kiwi that's walking down the hallway. And then the door to the kitchen. She stops outside the door and she looks in, and she's the Kiwi with like the hair all the way down to there. As you see, lots of Kiwis with that. No shortage of Kiwis like that.
Yeah.
She looks in, and I look over at her, and I said, "You can be next." And then she beelines for her room. And I made the joke. I said, she won't be back. But she probably heard that. So anyhow, 5 minutes go by, and the kitchen's kind of getting quiet at that point, and I'm finishing up the haircut. So 5 minutes go by, and then she comes in and she sits in the kitchen. I'm thinking, maybe she just wants to hang out. And so anyhow, and then the finish that haircut, the chair becomes available, and she sat down. And then I said, well, it's midnight makeovers and we're not doing trims. And she said, that's fine. And so I said, okay. And it all came off.
Wow, how short?
It was a short graduation bob. Like this would have been way up to here, but the back was graduated. And it would have been way up to there. It was gone. It was short hair.
Wow.
And so she went to bed. Like it was just hung out,
Yeah.
And she went to bed. I didn't see her for 3 days after.
Wow.
And there was, the
Is that
Kiwi
partying
girl.
with
She's
her?
kind of a quiet girl anyway. But anyhow, I didn't see her. So 3 days later, she says to me, "So I want to take you up and I'll buy a bottle of wine." I said, "Sure." She wanted to repay me. She loved the hair. So I said, barter or whatever. So we went out to a place in Halifax called Economy Shoe Shop. Sat in the window. It was actually a really cool place. And she ordered a bottle of Massey. And we sat there and we drank it. And the guy came over. The waiter was cool. He's like, he sat down. She goes, "I'll get a bottle of Massey." He's like, "Oh, I love that." And so, sitting in the window, it was very cool. Opens the Massey, and he goes, "In here, make sure you hydrate as well." I got a jug of water and the Massey. So we just sat there and started talking, and then the bottle's done. And then Halifax, it was a beautiful, it would have been September, so it was beautiful weather that time of year. And then said, "Let's go for a walk down the waterfront." Because the Halifax waterfront is like pretty awesome. And they got a better waterfront than Wellington. They've got a beautiful waterfront. And so we're hanging out, and then I said, you could tell that, when we were drinking, she, talking a bit more. I said, "Oh, you can tell me anything, or you don't have to tell me anything, it's up to you." She's like, "Cool." And so we just became friends from that point. And then what happened was it was getting to winter, and I was never meant to live in that hostel permanently, but I was having fun. But I was getting settled in, need a job, need an apartment. And we added it up, and it was $20 a night. And so I think because she ended up living there for a long time, so I think she got down to $20 a night too. But we added up $20 a night times the whole month between the two of us. And we found an apartment that was $800 a month. Wow. So we got an apartment together, and we signed the lease together, which was key because what happened was she went back to New Zealand, but she wanted to come back to Canada. And then I flew down here, and then you could tell she wanted to come back here. And so what happened was because we signed that lease, her name was on a lease with my name. And then I could sponsor her to come back to Canada.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And to this day, she would still have a Canadian permanent resident, but I don't think she stayed. I think she still lives here. But apparently apparently her and my mom, I haven't talked to her for years, but we have kids now and everything. But I talked to my mom recently, she's like, oh, I'm having lunch with Amanda. I'm like, tell her I say hi. She says, oh, she's getting married. I'm like, cool. I'm laughing. It's like my mom still. Now what happened with her and I think that's exactly was before pandemic, but I've had kids, it gets busy.
Yeah.
And no big deal. But I always figured Wellington Small, we'll probably bump into each other at some point. But that didn't happen during the pandemic.
Yeah.
No rhyme or reason. We're both off social media.
Yeah.
I just like running into people the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. I feel like it'll happen.
It'll
eventually.
happen. It just hasn't happened yet.
Wellington's not that big.
No. But I do have for common friends. You know, I still have a friend that's like, oh, how's Amanda doing? She's good. Oh, tell her I say hi. But you know, pandemic, I became a recluse.
Oh yeah.
Loved it.
So did everybody.
Yeah, I loved it.
Sorry. Fell out of socializing on the regular.
Yeah. You're loving it.
I forget how it is to have short hair.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You never realize it's weighing you down
Yeah.
until it comes up.
Yep.
You can just do that. Oh, yeah, like, when I sit on the FaceTime,
Yeah, the different models. Yeah, that's gonna be great. It could be a little bit shorter to there, but nah. We'll have a bit of length on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really, it's gonna be like a little more length to Dirty Dancing here. I brought in a little bit there. So you'll get some curls around the face and whatnot, but yeah, we'll go with that. I'll just sweep the floor. Otherwise we'll be tripping in your hair and perming it. Cool, and I think we're ready to come over. I can move the camera over with us. Yes. Now, you can keep your hand up with it. So, usually I check one. Stop! Oh, I listened to it. Yeah, I can't. You got permed. No, it's, like I said, it's going to be over the top today. But that's what we want because it'll drop over time. And also the life experience. You want it to be over the top. Because you're like, oh my god, that's a tight friggin' curl. You want that because you'll never, you'll never have it again. Well, you can have another perm. You can have another perm for you if you want.
We'll see how it grows out.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember how fast my hair grows because it's
Yeah.
always so straight. It's
Yeah.
not a good way to measure it, and I never dye it.
Yeah.
So.
But you're around for 6 months anyway, so I'll see you before you leave. But you can also hang out regardless. Like you don't have to. You can just, do all kinds of shenanigans in here. You're more than welcome to join in or take.
I love the energy.
Yeah, it's fun. But people from other countries, they're always welcome here. So I get it. I'm from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a hard time meeting locals here, but that's why I got a good mix of people from around the world, plus Kiwis.
Mm-hmm. I gotta build a community.
Yeah.
That has been interesting since my partner moved to the South Island like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm living on my own for the first time ever
Oh wow.
here, where and I know people from work and stuff. But
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
It's also winter time, so it's you get don't want to go anywhere. It's cold.
Oh yeah, I'm so that
Yeah.
if I let myself, I'll just stay inside all the time.
Yeah, I'm the same. Winter time, I completely
Hibernate.
shut down in the winter time.
Yeah.
In the summer, I was hanging out with my friend a lot, but then winter came and stopped hanging out. She was in earlier today,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I have one of my friends from Seattle actually also moved here, just because he was inspired.
oh yeah,
And so he lives in Island Bay,
oh yeah,
but he's also the type to be like, we both are inclined to just kind of be homebodies. Like, we gotta do something.
yeah, that's
Gotta make ourselves
my jam as well.
get outside.
We should do something totally,
Yeah.
and then nothing happens beyond
Yeah.
that. That's so my jam.
Precisely. It's kind of my only friend here. We gotta hang out sometimes.
Yep.
It's just a drink.
Yeah.
Universal activity.
There is proof God wants man to be happy. See if I sit up silly again. That was the funniest thing, and I'm like, what the?
I'm really curious to see what happens with these things.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I used to do, I used to have the subscription for the baseball, so I can follow the Blue Jays still. I don't anymore. But what I would do is I Bluetooth it into my car and put it on the radio in the car and then drive, and then it would just cut out and do all kinds of stupid crap.
Yeah.
Because Siri's listening to the baseball game and hearing things and doing things and messing with my phone. I was like, oh, I hate Siri.
Yeah. Oh, that's frustrating.
Oh, it was so frustrating.
I just want to listen to my sports ball
And
game.
when you're driving, like you can't
mess with it.
Like I'm one of those. I'll do like follow the rules. Like no hands free. You're driving along and you're hearing the game, and then all of a sudden cuts out. You're like, oh, I hate Siri.
Shit.
Drive me crazy.
Yeah. I don't normally watch sports, but just while the Women's Cup is in town, I play soccer at home.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like following that. It's been super fun.
Yeah, that is cool. Just explaining that to Kiwis. Why the U.S. women's soccer is one of the best in the world, and why that is. And Canada's actually excellent too, because Canada got gold in the last Olympics.
Oh,
Yeah, so Canada
awesome.
does well. USA does well. At New Zealand, it's not really a big thing. But I was saying to people, because in U.S. and Canada, a lot of girls growing up play soccer.
Oh yeah.
And where do you think the term soccer mom comes from?
Yeah.
And they go, oh!
Oh,
like
they
you
have soccer mom as a term here. But I don't know.
Yeah, they say soccer mom, but no, there are no soccer moms. But that's very a North American thing. Like the term soccer mom is, that's where it's from.
Oh, that's so
But guys play soccer and girls play soccer. And then one of my other friends was saying that too, because I was saying that. I said, yeah, no, the term soccer mom comes from North America because girls play soccer. So guys do too, but a lot of girls play soccer.
And they all have moms.
And they all have moms. And so that's where all that comes from. And then someone else added, yeah, but it's also true that soccer moms are very pushy on their daughters because they want them to get scholarships. And I went, true as well! I said, true as well. Yeah, so that's why moms go crazy over it.
Yeah.
Yelling at refs and things like that because they want their daughters to get soccer scholarships.
It's funny. I think in my family, soccer mom just came to mean the mom with the minivan who carts people around.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I have an aunt who's she was an Olympic judge for gymnastics for a while, and she's also a sports med doctor.
Oh yeah.
And my 3 cousins all played soccer super competitively.
Yeah.
And she was the other type of soccer mom. It was always like, go big or go home. Like, if you don't try with your all, then what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like, geez, it's a lot of time and a lot of working out. But they got really good. My hair up inside a hat so I don't get shat on by a cow and have to wash it away.
Okay, stay there. I'm going to move the camera over. Jump on here.
Oh my god.
You got perm.
I got perm.
Big time. So what I'm going to use is wide tooth stuff. And you got bangs in there, so we can bring that forward. So I do a center parting with it. Yeah, do that. Do that.
Oh my god, it's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. That's actually perfect.
I look just like this girl who played Frankenfurter in a Rocky film at one of the local colleges.
Oh yeah.
At home, she had like just this haircut.
Yeah. Short and curly.
I could play Frankenfurter.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. Shake it. Awesome. Oh, I can show the mirror for now. You can see it. We'll put you under the hood to dry. But yeah, you got permed. Now the tightness of rod we did is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice and curly. Blast under here to dry it.
Oh, nice.
So your hair from now on is just going to be shake it and go.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, because perms are actually low maintenance.
I love that.
And then you can go and research online about curly hair and things like that. But you're narrow curly hair. So you see the fringe away shrinking?
Mm-hmm.
Because we did a long fringe intentionally, so look popping
Yeah.
up. I actually love that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good
Yeah, it
one.
is real cute. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. Enjoy. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We can pause this for now while you're back on and do a closing. It's got a bit of moisture in there still, but yeah, you can't wash it till Sunday. You can't wash it for a couple of days. It has to settle in. And then when we wash it, then it settles in. It'd be awesome if you come back on Tuesday. And then I'll do a proper treatment with it, and then we can do proper photos of it. Because today, we'll just do a review, like I'll spin the chair, do a couple shots of it. But once it's settled in, that's the better look. But isn't that fun?
So good.
Always looks better once it, look how short it is, because I actually cut it way down here.
Mhm.
It's just shrinking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's so fun about it. You get because also shorter means there's not as much weight on it,
Yeah.
so you get a lot more shrinkage and stuff.
Yeah.
That is fun. The length is amazing. And I'll spin the chair. Come down a wee bit, and people can see. That's so pretty. Yeah, me too.
So good.
And let's grab a couple of shots of it. Now that there's like reflection through this, yeah, sit down here,
Mm-hmm.
because I've never done shots here for a little bit. Awesome. Cool.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a
I'm so
hug.
excited.
What an amazing journey. That was so
Yeah.
fun. I love doing perms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a good job of convincing me.
Yeah. And we can come up. So the stuff I was saying is this stuff because it's for